Okay. I think it's going live now. Is it? Yep. Alright, we're going live, people. Oh, good, ugly. Alright. Let me get this thing set up in here. And hopefully it'll be a lot better than last week. Or last time I did it. Set this in the cradle. Okay. Alright. Take my glasses off. The last time I did this, man, it was all jinky, if you will. It was choppy. I reset the router, did all my homework, I hope. So let me know how the picture looks. Let me know if y'all can hear me and all that good stuff. I'm going to wait a few minutes. I know Susan had to, was doing her live stream and so on, so on. So how's everybody doing? Alright? Got some, good. So you can hear me good and the video looks good, right? That's about all I need to know if that's the case. Good, thank you. I'm going to wait for some people to join in. I've got some really new cool things kind of happening. And I'm going to kind of wait for a few people to come in here before I start showing everything. I picked up some new stuff. New fish. And for those early, well, oops. Well, good, ugly. How come I can never get this stuff working right? Anyway, you see all them fresh boxes. Hey, Bob, how you doing? So, let me, again, I'll wait for some more people to get in here, before I get in there. I hear you. The cat does not look okay. Where is the cat? Well, that's my baby Ginger. Of course, she's passed away now for, oh my goodly muggly. She was a mascot, man, for a long time. About a year and a half. It was June 11th of, was it last year, I believe? Something like that. Hey, Joseph, how you doing, buddy? But I've got a bunch of things to show you, especially for a lot of y'all that have not kept up with my videos. I've also, and again, we'll get back to cool stuff here in a minute. I know it's boring. I know a lot of y'all looking at that thing hanging off the tank back here wondering what in the world is that. We're going to get to it. Well, let's see. Just want to give it about another minute or two. According to my new clock we are going to check out. And then we'll get started showcasing some of this stuff. Hi, Susan, Joseph, Muppet, Bob, Goober, whole world out there. Alright, let's get started a little bit. Now, I'm going to move this. It might be a little shaky. Alright, look at my brand new clock, people. It was custom made by somebody. Look at that. All my pictures are actually, our hands. So, I think that is cool. And I'm going to tell you in a second who made that. And I've got another clock. It's upstairs. It's one of my deceased cats or whatever, and she did a really good job. But I'll tell you who that is here in a second. If you're wondering what this thing is, the only reason I left it in this condition, that's a aquarium co-op, Brian Shrimp Hatchery. And man, does it work. If y'all have not seen my video, there was a part 1 and a part 2. There was the good, or I'm sorry, the first video was the bad things, the things I don't like about it. And then there was the things I really love about it. So, why did you say this, Scott? There's no brine shrimp in there. Well, you see how the eggs float to the top. You put a light at the bottom. They come out real easy. So, hey Matthew, how you doing? So, you get kind of an idea on how the brine shrimp would work once you're done with it. But it was a nightmare to set up. There were no English instructions at all. I had to actually watch an aquarium co-op video on him doing his own deal, if you will. So, anyway, y'all have to check it out. It's a 2-part series. And just so everybody knows, I'm only 12 viewers away from 1,000. I'm not looking for much, man. But if y'all know anybody or can turn them on, because I know most of y'all watching this are subs anyway. But again, there's that clock. And I'm going to tell you how to get a hold of the girl that made it. And again, that's all my own images, my own fish that were professionally taken. That's my Fancytailaquatics, which is the same as up there. So she did a terrific job. She'll do clocks any way you want to. So let me move this back over here. Alright, so I don't break anything. And the name, and I'm gonna eventually, until the videos are made, I never put tags and everything else into them. But her name is Julie, Julie, Loves, Loves, Reptiles, Reptiles, at gmail.com. She will, if you ask her for examples, she'll work with you. Any way you want to go about it, very flexible. That clock, realistically, what I paid for that thing? It wasn't much. I mean, even including shipping, it was like under $40. So if y'all want to get some really cool, I don't know, maybe birthday presents, future Christmas gifts, she does anything. I mean, she'll be glad to link a lot of her artwork. Unfortunately, she does not have a web page, so there is that. So that's kind of what's going on. And again, cat's still. That cat's been still for about 1.5 years now, sadly. Sadly, I've got her ashes upstairs in a box. Horrible. And again, if any of y'all didn't know who that was Ginger. She was the mascot. Now I've got a new little turd running around named, come here. Oh, now he won't come. No, he's always Tux. That outdoor cat that just kind of wandered in through the door one day. Yeah, thanks, Bob. I really appreciate it. I mean, not that 1K means anything, because I still don't have the watch time, technically. I mean, I'm still probably 500 hours out of the 4,000, I think. Something like that. Man, it'll get there, and really, what is the milestone? I would like to hit 1,000 subscribers, just to simply say, that's cool. That's an achievement for me. The watch hours get there. I'm not expecting a $2 check every month. So, just not going to happen. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, Ginger was the best. Well, y'all are going to get a sneak preview on some fish. Now, the unboxing video won't come out until, I don't know, Friday maybe? Sorry. Show your faces. There you go, man. Purple mosaics. Oh, are they not hot? Yeah, I talked to the breeder. You can see a female there. It's got some yellow in the tail. There's another female that's got a little red in the tail. He told me they breed about 80% true. But he told me not to worry about it until they had babies and then start separating them. But these guys are gorgeous. Yeah, there's one with a little red in the tail. But that's my newest ones. And sadly, this big 20-gallon tank, I bought 2 males and 2 females. You can kind of see one there. Oh, kind of. Man, if they make it, one of my males wasn't looking so good. Half black whites. Now I don't know where the rest are. I saw a male earlier laying down. Not sure why. Yeah, there he is. Yeah. I don't know why he wouldn't make it. It's a well-seasoned tank. I pulled every fish out of there. Yeah. So I don't know. I hope they make it. For $130 for 2 pair, they better freaking make it. But these guys are pretty gorgeous. Yeah, look at them. That's my newest boys. So we'll see how they do. Let me get off the ground. I'm too old to be sitting on the ground. I'm still working on these guys. I'm not sure what I'll ever call them if I get them going. I wanted to kind of call them Platinum Albino Ice, but I'm not sure. You can see they got red eyes. So, Red Albino Ice. But I've literally had these guys going for, I don't know, googly moogly, 2.5 years. And I'll gain 2 or 3 fry, and they'll start growing up. You see a fry there, and then they die off. I don't know how I would ever replenish these guys. They were kind of a one-off I bought for somebody. So I don't know. But let me walk this back up. And again, I don't think it's going to be a long live stream. I don't want to cut in on anybody else's. Especially if I don't have a ton to talk about. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff, man. Seems like I'm spending a lot of money and not making any progress. The Bride Shrimp Hatchery, that's great. But part of the problem, I think, is I've got so many tanks of mud guppies. So, here's what the goal is. And again, let me just kind of walk up on them. Yeah, you can see there's a lot of color, a lot of different things going on in these tanks, especially there. I'm going to have an all-male guppy sale going on pretty soon, if you will. And again, another mutt tank. This is supposed to be, which still looks decent, my Hawaiian Blues. Now look at that boy. If I can get them breeding out, look at him. Freaking gorgeous. Hey Aqua, how you doing? But, yeah, I just got to get them breeding out. I've had these guys about, googly moogly, a year now? Year and a half, I guess. I'd have to go look at my logs. Yeah, you see a bristlenose down there. But if I can get these guys going and continuing, they'll be alright. But they're not very prolific. They're certainly not as prolific as half-black reds, which these will be on sale after the weather warms up a little bit more. they're still breeding pretty darn true, and I've had them for about 2 years. I have not seen the slightest problem. Look at that. Gorgeous. Yeah. I haven't seen any blues or any other colors thrown off. These half black blues, though, they're shot. They're shot. I don't think anybody would want these, because they're starting to turn into blue deltas. You'll notice kind of reds in them. And when I talked to the breeder about them, yeah. See, you're starting to notice the breakdown of them. When I talked to the breeder, he said, yeah, they were in fact bred from blue deltas at one point. They're gorgeous fish. They would be cool in an all-male guppy cell, or if you're in kind of a more washed-out, half-black blue, if you will. So, no, you lurk away, man, lurk away. You know, I would rather people watch and not listen and walk away and give me some views. Hey, Tux. Yeah, it's a new freaking mascot. Oh, he gets into everything. Gets into everything. On top of the aquariums. Tries to drink water out of the... when I change water. Yeah, he's learned to empty it out when I'm using the pond pump. He's just... he's a freaking mess. That's what him is. Yeah, that cat's not going to move much. Other than that, I don't have a lot more Tux, what are you doing? Where'd you go? I heard him jump on something. Yeah, even this tank, I'm starting to lose. You know, originally, you see a bunch of red being overthrown, but I kind of like them. But the problem is I can't sell them as a true breeding fish anymore. They were, I want to say blue snake skins, I think they were called. I'd have to look it up on my charts. The problem with these guys, yeah, I could sell a trio, but I don't know if it's going to come out with a red tail or a blue tail. So I could probably list them. The problem is a lot of people look at the professional photographs I have taken, is all they're going to see the blue, and I don't have any of the red because I'm not a photographer. I send these, cool story, I send these guys, whenever I get new and decent fish that I want to photograph, I send them to, I believe it's Wisconsin, and this professional photographer, he'll put them in a tank with a black backdrop, and he'll take 1,000 photos until he captures the perfect 3 or 4 with the right lighting and blah, 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 and send them back. So they look like perfect specimens. And they are cool fish. I mean, they don't look any different than mine. They're just, you know, whatever. So, honestly, if I did list them and didn't show a picture of the ones with the red tails and say, hey, yeah, there's a 60% chance you may get one or the other, somebody's going to get ticked off. So, I'm not sure how to handle that. Originally, these were from King Lee, believe it or not. I don't know if any of y'all know who he is. I haven't seen him advertised in a while. I know he's still got, what's his website? Fancytailaquatics, I believe? Or Twin City Guppies? Is that what it is? Twin City Guppies? Yeah, I believe it's Twin City Guppies. But King Lee, yeah, he was pretty prolific for a while, and then he just kind of dropped off the face of the planet. I mean, he hasn't been doing videos like he did. He was posting a ton. I believe his website's still up. The last time I checked it out, now it's been about a month or two, 90% of what was on there was sold out, so I don't know if he's still doing it, if he's got other things going on. Maybe y'all can fill me in on that. So I'm assuming, I'm watching the frame rate today, and I did reset the router. I had the guy come out last week. I believe the video is looking a whole lot better what it did, not last week, well, when I filmed 2 weeks ago. I canceled last week because I couldn't get a good reception. So, I assume y'all can still hear me and blah, blah, blah. And again, I'm not going to go too much longer, man. I feel like after 30 minutes, I've kind of said all there is to be said with the recent events or whatever's going on. I don't want to bore people to death. I'm not a Susan that can talk for an hour, even though I write down all kinds of subjects to get into and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I could talk to you all day long. But like those other YouTubers, you know, they're live casting from their computer. They can put up charts and show you some really, really cool stuff, you know. And, you know, something like this. Alright, well, you know, they'll pull up the computer and say, hey, here's a nitrogen cycle and how to explain it. I can't do all that crap. You know? I'm not that technically savvy. And I do this on an iPod. And it's streaming from the computer. So, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I don't have much more to say. I've been thinking about, I don't know, you know, this bottle's empty. I've been thinking about getting more earthworm flakes in, and that type of stuff. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think about it. You know, my fish food is hit or miss, man. It seems like it's feast or famine, where I might not get an order for any of it for a month, and then somehow maybe I'll advertise it, or I don't know what'll happen, and then 4 or 5 people will buy stuff. You know, I don't know. Maybe as this pandemic is coming to a close, if you will, people get back to work. You know, what is a premium product, you know, as far as that, versus regular fish food, maybe they'd be willing to pay more. So, I'm not really sure how that's going to continue and work out, if you will. Other than that, hey, this is shooting 720p. I wonder if I could ever figure out how to shoot this in, what was it, 1020 or 1040, whatever it is. I'm not real sure. I don't know if I have to set up Streamlabs to do it or whatever. Well, anyways, I might figure that stuff out, baby. But other than that, not too many other changes in here. I have been slowly but surely. You can see Aquarium Co-op line. If y'all haven't seen that video, okay, get it. It's changed my life. Matter of fact, it changed my life so much. I did like 2 freaking videos on it. At least, or 2. Uh-oh, drop some. Well, there's kind of a hint. If y'all know who that is. So we'll see what's going on with that. But I believe this pump, and you can tell by that old screw, which is like a hex screw, and it's the same one when I originally built, you know, this stand. I'm having a lot of problems getting air to all 3 tanks anymore. No matter how I do it, no matter how well I clean the sponges, no matter what I do. So I'm having a real problem with that. So after this video's done, which according to my clock won't be too much longer, I've been going 24 minutes. I'll cut off at the 30-minute mark. What I'm going to do at that point, I'm going to start looking for a new pump, I think. I believe that baby's just kind of burned out. I mean, it's like anything else. Heaters. I don't know if y'all saw my Aquarium heater video where they did replace, I did a video on that, where they replaced, actually 4 of mine. I sent in 3. I told them I had a fourth one. They replaced them with glass because that's all they had in, and I believe it, man. Even though I wanted the ceramic shields, if you will. For the simple fact, I know they get, let's be honest, people, almost all your aquarium supplies, none of them's made in the USA. I'm not saying all, I know there are some, but a majority of them are coming from overseas, and obviously with the COVID going on, shutting down factories in China, which most of this comes from, I believed them. Now, the part I don't believe, I'm sure if a retailer wanted some ceramic heaters, they could have got them right away. Maybe not. I don't know. What do I know? But, anyway, I see the chat has stopped running, so I don't know if I'm lagging again. This happened before when the chat quit. The frame rates look good, so I don't know if I went all choppy, all silly. But yeah, I think I'm going to cut this a little early. I don't really have anything else to bring up. I mean, the sad part is 99% of anything I've got to talk about is in the video. You can watch it in the video. Nobody wants to hear me live. Nobody wants to look at fish tanks all the time. The reason for me doing this is just kind of bring up new things. Again, showing you the fish before they're even published. Having you go check out my 2 videos on that. The bad and the good. They're 2 days apart. I think they were published Friday and Saturday, maybe Saturday and Sunday. I don't know. You'll see what I like about them and what I absolutely hate about them. I think it was a nightmare, I'll be honest with you, to figure out everything on there. So, that's my opinions, If you're, aquarium from Co-op, and you're ordering stuff from overseas, man, no offense to you, but can you at least include some instructions? And if you don't, I mean, there were no instructions at all, and I could understand instructions being in China or Korea or wherever he orders his stuff from. My goodness, you could have at least put some English instructions in there instead of me having to watch a 30-minute video. There were not even instructions on how much rock salt to add, how much brine shrimp to add, because every container is different. Like that holds. I don't remember. I have to look at my picture. I don't remember if it's 1 liter or 2 liters. It might be closer to 2. I'm not sure. But he did a 30-minute video on there. And now not only did I buy his product, I'm having to give him views. And he's making more money off the views. Little con artist that Corey is. But we'll go ahead and wrap this up. It's been good enough, 28 minutes. But that clock keeps really good time. After this video is done, I'm going to definitely put links below and everything else in case you want to reach out to Miss Reptile. I really don't want to use her real name, honestly, at this point. Because she might not want to be, I don't know. I don't know. I know she's going through some things, so there might be, I doubt any fish fans would know who she is and blah, blah, blah. But does real great work. And so we'll get to all that. All right, everybody. As always, I'm going to jump out of here. And thank you all so much for watching. And the hardest part for me is figuring out how to kill this thing. There? No?